Hey, it's Terrell here in Montana tuning, and I'm going to try a tuning vlog for the first time ever, like a real tuning vlog. So the first car we have up is a 2000, I think 13 or 14 WRX hatch. Basically completely stock except for downpipe. And I'll show you how the maps look and how they look quite terrible usually. Got her hooked up, OBD, hooked up to my computer, and about to pull tune up. Now this car is mostly stock, I believe just a downpipe, possibly high flow. Target boost I changed a little bit, I just kind of brought it up a little bit better. And of course I'm using ECU flash. He has downpipe and I believe it'll throw the cat code, so just using open source for this car. And show you how terrible. Let's see here, primary open loop fueling. So this is the stock fuel map, completely stock. So you can see it's insanely rich. It's not very consistent. It comes up here, or really rich, leans out a hair, and then really rich down on the bottom again. And of course there's a line right in here that is really rich out of nowhere. So I'm gonna clean this up and I'll show you kind of how that looks in a second. So you saw a minute ago how it was. I've cleaned it up quite a bit. I brought a little bit leaner on top, and then just kind of gently come through with a very clean map. I'm not going to show you what my time map is going to be after I tune, but I'll show you how terrible it looks in the beginning. You can judge whatever you want to do. This is just a base map, getting this car to be where I want it to be, and kind of go from there and seeing how it likes it. This has 2 maps per table, as in a high and a low additive. So I have to do basically double maps, one a little bit leaner, one a little richer, one a little less timing, one a little more timing, or pretty much even if it runs absolutely beautifully. So just kind of wanted to show you. I don't know if you can see the bottom numbers, but it's all shooting for about 10.6s right now to keep it pretty decently rich and safe. And then I'm gonna go through timing. I'll be honest, I'll probably shoot for around 14-15 degrees of timing. Nothing crazy, just decent timing so this car feels better, a little bit faster, and customer's pretty happy. And now here we're at the good stuff. So I'm going to base timing cruise from the factory. And you can see how atrocious. This is why I pretty much tune. Like, this is one of the biggest reasons. See this top area? Negative 15 degrees of timing. It's obviously a safety. It's obviously, you know, not a lot of timing because it doesn't need a whole lot. But when you drive a car like a new WRX or a WRX in general that's stock, you got to give it gas and it feels super laggy, super not very much throttle response, and that's exactly why. Top end is hitting about 10 degrees of timing, so I'm going to change all of this, and it'll look completely different. And I'll kind of show you. Here is what it looks like factory. Let's see here. It actually doesn't look terribly unsmooth, but it's very ridgy in here. And I'm just trying to give you sort of a picture of how it doesn't look very good. Lots of little, I'm going to call them slopes. I'm going to get this all cleaned up and make it a lot smoother, and make this car actually happy. And you saw the picture before. This is my time out after right now. It's just kind of a base map, but there's not real ridgy. It's pretty decently smooth coming through. And here I'm going to fix a little bit more. Just going to get a little smoother so that when you feel the power, it's not jumpy. It's smoothing and, you know, it just flows well. I just popped the hood, started the car. It's pulling a little bit of fuel at idle. Then I wanted to look and see. I thought it was a catted downpipe. It's actually fully catless. So it's cat if the EPA asks. But the intake I didn't know wasn't stock, so I have to go rescale the MAF. It's a parent, and I've already rescaled one of those before, the exact one. So I use that scaling and get this thing dialed in and make it much happier. But so I got into it, flashing. There we go. This part I will show you. Anybody who wants to tune their car should know this, and if you don't care, then you don't care, but I'll show you this. So, going into injector latency, the car is pulling about 10% fuel. Oops. So I'm going to, is at about 14 volts. So in this area, I'm going to pull a little bit of latency out. I'm going to try about like this, just a couple digits. And then on top, so about like that. And then I'll show you, you press that button. And then you have to turn the key on and press OK, basically at the same time. I don't know if I can do this on camera, but I'm going to try to. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm not going to do it on camera, my bad. So a lot of people don't think that cars need tunes from being stock. And sometimes that's the case. This car has an intake. I scaled the math. And so far for injectors, I have pulled, let's see, it started at about 81 milliseconds of opening time, and now it's down to 72, or well, 0.72. So I brought about 10 milliseconds out of it, and now we're at about 2% correction instead of 10. So that's downpipe, intake, otherwise completely stock car, and it still needs that much. And when people drive these things really aggressively and really hard without actually tuning for them, that pulling fuel, it's going to constantly be doing that. You're going to get worse gas mileage, and it probably will eventually blow up. I mean, it's a Subaru, so that's what they do sometimes. But this is kind of my help. Trying to get to the point where it's not having to add or take away any fuel. ECU doesn't have to hardly do any work. I already basically I show it. I see what it wants, and I make it do what it wants, and then it's right where it needs to be. I'm gonna go drive this and hopefully get no knock and make decent boosts and see where she's at. As you can see, this correction is almost absolutely perfect now. I've had to pull a bunch of fuel out, but it's a lot happier now. Now I'm cruising and AFR's sitting almost at 0. So that means the injector is scaled correctly, mass airflow is scaled correctly, and I didn't drive this before, but the throttle response feels very great. Alright, I gotta show you this. So I just did a couple pulls, and I cannot be happier. Look at that. Absolutely zero knock anywhere. Fine learn or feedback. 18 pounds of boost. 300-ish load. I mean, it's not accurate, but it's like the horsepower roughly. 80% ejector cycle. It's ripping. I like dialing and stuff. Look at that, right? Let's see if I can get to connect. Get the center there. Look at that. Alright, let's see if I can get to connect, and you'll see it's almost not changing hardly at all. Come on. Come on, connect here for me, please. There we go. Look at that. Almost absolutely perfect AFRs. Sorry, the video's all over the place, but I got the 11 WX dialed in, and I got the 04 WX dialed in, and drove them both around. The 11 is making 18 pounds of boost, mild timing, nothing crazy, and then AFRs are great, and it's ripping very well. Customer was very, very happy with it. And then the other one, his gears are grinding, so it's really hard to really drive and, I guess, feel the tune. But his car is making good power. It feels quite linear, feels good. And now I'm going to hopefully tune a 20, I think it's an 18 WX this weekend. Anyways, thank you for watching. This is my first ever tuning video vlog. If you like it, if you don't, let me know. Thank you.